Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to on auto.
Are you going up a bit? The only concern I have is your commercials. Is he able to hear the commercials?
Yes, he's able.
Okay, then
I made sure that they well, actually they flow through the computer, but I made sure last night that they flow right back to it. Thank you. That's awesome. Okay.
All right, you're set.
All right. Whenever we're ready.
Yep.
So we'll have our board next week, right? Our
What?
When we go on air, we'll have our board next week with our sponsors.
Oh, we got that open.
Oh, we do.
Did you load it already or no?
I'm about to.
I don't think we have enough time. If he just wants to go up now.
Greetings and salutations, Oriole Nation. Welcome to Ludington Oriole Football. 2026 season is upon us. Scoop Hansen, the voice of the Orioles, with you on the play-by-play call, joined by Jamie Sycon tonight doing color commentary. Nick Wysong is our OSN 102.7 WMOM technical engineer, and Soldier Stowe will be our OSN cameraman. Chris Nicholas from MOM 102.7 WMOM is here as an advisor tonight. It's hard to believe, Jamie, that you look back to October 31st, Halloween night, Ludington against Big Rapids, that playoff opener here at Oriole Field with 5:45 to go. We had an 11-point lead and just a heartbreaking loss that's still sticking with us big time. Hopefully the Orioles can get that bad taste out of their mouth tonight as they host the Coopersville Broncos here to open the 2026 season.
Yeah, it might be sticking with us too as fans more, but if I know those football players down there that are returning, Scoop, they forgot about what happened there. They're, in a sense, they're more worried about making a statement here today. This is this year, that's last year. We can't hold on to that, but we got to come out. So I know what you're saying, and they're going to be ready.
Coopersville's going to want revenge. Last year we beat them 40-13 on their field. We had a 20-13 lead at the half, and that was our second closest game of the regular season, a 27-point victory. The closest game was Whitehall when we beat them here at homecoming by 25.
Yeah.
We'd like to thank House of Flavors Manufacturing, our exclusive pregame sponsor. Delicious House of Flavors ice cream sold around the world, made right here in Ludington. House of Flavors Manufacturing, proud to help keep our hometown dynamic and support Ludington Oriole Sports, producing and distributing quality ice cream since 1937, and pleased to be an important corporate citizen and premier employer in the Ludington community. That's House of Flavors Manufacturing. Learn more at www.houseofflavors.com. We'd like to welcome our two newest sponsors to the OSN team this year in the 102.7 WMOM. Those are Fresh Coast Foam. They'll be our exclusive starting lineup sponsor, as well as West House and the West House agency. Big Country and his family are on board with us this year. Earlier, I talked with Oriole head coach Brent Gillett, who is making his debut tonight, and here's what he had to say about tonight's ball game. Welcome, Oriole Nation, to the Safe Harbor Credit Union halftime show. Indian Summer, Ludington Oriole football player in the spotlight for tonight's season and home opening game as the Ludington Orioles host the Coopersville Broncos. And that player is Blake Nelson. Blake is a senior. He wears jersey number 54. He plays left tackle on offense, and he's a defensive tackle on defense. Now, Blake, what does it mean to you being elected and selected as a team captain by your teammates this season?
It just means I have to be a...
Welcome, Oriole Nation, to the House of Flavors Manufacturing pregame coaches interview. I'm with new Ludington Oriole Gridiron varsity football coach Brent Gillett. And Coach Gillett, it's hard to believe that here we are in week one of the MHS AA high school football season and your debut, and your Orioles get the Coopersville Broncos, a team which you defeated last year, you and your boys. You were the offensive coordinator under Coach Charlie Gunsel, 40-13. It was a close game at the halftime, 20-13. It could have been 20-20, except JT Keith knocked down a pass right there at the end of the half. What are you expecting in your debut game with your boys against the Coopersville Broncos?
Well, we both graduated quite a bit. Their quarterback returns. He was a freshman last year. And they've got an offensive lineman going to Central Michigan as well. So they return some good quality players, but we do too. We have Taj Williams and Blake Nelson both back. So we feel good about the guys we return, but both teams I think are going to be young. There'll be a lot of guys that haven't played any varsity football. But I think both programs have also had a lot of success at the lower levels. Mm-hmm. So.
Oriole Nation, what can they expect out of Coach Brent Gillett and your coaching philosophy? And, we had Charlie Gunsel for 2 decades.
Yeah.
He was our head coach, and we went out with that magical season last year. Unfortunately, it ended on a really sad note. But, what a year it was for the Orioles last year. And you, as offensive coordinator, you dialed up those plays, and Ludington's offense set all kinds of records last year with you as the offensive coordinator. But what can Oriole Nation expect?
We'll be schematically we'll be a lot the same, but there'll be changes as well based on the personnel that we have. There are things that Asher does really well, and there's things that Cam did really well, and we kind of tailor what we do to who we have, and it's still going to look largely the same, but there'll be some differences as well that and some wrinkles that we'll throw in throughout the way. As far as coaching philosophy, I think we've really challenged our kids to push themselves further than what they think they've been able to in the past. And a lot of that is just really on the mental side, making good decisions when they're tired. And I think we've come a long ways just in these 3 weeks with being able to push our bodies past where our minds think they can go. So I'm really proud of what they've done so far. We had a lot of culture and leadership type meetings in our first week and a half of camp. And the kids really embraced that. So I was super pleased with that. We have a group of kids that loves football, and so that really helps with setting that kind of culture.
What do you feel, Coach, are going to be the strengths this year for your team, both offensively and defensively?
Defensively, I think our strength is really in our front, especially our front four. Across the board, we've got Rocky Lemire, Blake Nelson, Finn Flannery, sorry.
That's all right.
And Braden Tyndall's going to play some quarters for us at the varsity level and the JV level. So we've got guys that are not on the field. And Chase Gable's another one. So we got guys that I think are competing for playing time that in every other year they'd be on the field almost every play. So it's a luxury to have in that front. We've got 2 young linebackers that are set to start, but ultra talented kids, ultra athletic kids that really enjoy playing football. So hopefully, with that defensive front, that'll open them up and allow them the ability to make plays. Those 2 young linebackers.
All right. Now, offensively, like I said, actually, I was going to ask you, Coach, would you consider yourself having a young team? You lost a lot of seniors last year. It happens every year, though. Kids graduate, they move on, to college. And would you consider yourself having a young team you're inheriting this year, or would you consider, a lot of these guys got a lot of playing time last year?
They did, yeah. And even some of our young guys, they were all dressing with us last year. So they were around it and experienced it. They just didn't have a ton of time on the field at the varsity level. And that's in particular the sophomores and juniors. Our senior class is not big, but we have some really talented players in that senior class, Blake and Taj included. But there's others. Brody Jones is a really good player that hasn't played nearly as much football as he would have any other time in his Ludington football career. We just so happened to be overwhelmed with talent that he became a special team and a depth player. And he started a couple games last year too, but that was really a luxury that we had. To have him coming off the bench, and there's a group of kids that have won a lot of games at both the lower levels, JV football, freshman football, middle school football. I think that junior class has lost maybe 1 or 2 games in the past 4 years, so it's a really good group. They just don't have a ton of varsity football experience, and it is a different world. So I'm excited for those guys to get into some of their first full-time varsity action and to show people what they can do.
Yeah. And the cupboard's not bare. You're not inheriting a cupboard that's bare from Coach Charlie Gunsel. You got a lot of talent returning, including all-state receiver Taj Williams. And, of course, Blake Nelson. Those 2 got to be your leaders, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Taj and Blake are both captains along with Asher Krafinski. Yep. And so, those guys were elected by their teammates. but they've led all summer. They've been good leaders, good teammates. Some of them more vocal than others. Some do it by example. So, those two seniors are our leaders, and I think they both have all-state potential. They just got to get themselves there now. So, Taj is elite, and we got to find ways to get him the ball.
And you got a really good quarterback athlete in Asher Forfinski. You had a tough break you were dealt for the season, even right after you were named coach, I believe, or right in that time with the Himes brothers transferring to Muskegon Mona Shores. But I know your boys are going to overcome that. Your coaching staff will overcome that, make the best of it, and Ludington's going to have a fine year and be very competitive.
Yeah, thank you. And we've kind of embraced the model of WOG as we got. And our kids have really embraced that, and I think that's all we need.
Yeah. Well, good luck tonight, Coach, in your coaching debut as the new Ludington varsity football coach. And I wish you and the Orioles all the best against the Coopersville Broncos. Look forward to talking to you after the ball game. Looking forward to a fun, exciting season. I'm sure all of Oriole Nation is as well. So thanks for your time, Coach, and go get them and go O's.
Yeah, thanks, Scoop. Go O's.
Welcome to House of Flavors, Michigan's largest ice cream producer. But we're more than just ice cream. We exist to make ice cream, feed people, and make our world a better place. We donate 25% of all profits to charity annually. You heard that right. We are dedicated, innovative, adaptable. Come join our team. We are looking for amazing people to join our team in maintenance, operations, palletizing, warehouse, CDL drivers. We provide career development opportunities, year-round stability, competitive wages, health insurance, 401k retirement, bonuses, profit sharing, and free ice cream. Join us to make ice cream and make a difference. Find your career today at houseofflavors.com/careers.
Smith & Eddy Insurance in partnership with Auto Owners Insurance. Since 1902, Smith & Eddy Insurance has been building relationships and providing insurance solutions as the area's largest independent agency. Here at Smith & Eddy Insurance, in partnership with Auto Owners, we offer the most experienced staff, the widest array of policies, and we have partnered with Auto Owners Insurance to provide exceptional solutions for our customers. With new technology and an old-school philosophy, our team is committed to delivering a winning customer experience by placing the right people in the right roles. Proudly serving all of West Michigan from our 4 convenient locations in Bear Lake, Scottville, Manistee, and in Hart, Smith & Eddy and Auto Owners remains deeply committed to the communities we serve and dedicated to meeting your insurance needs. Smith & Eddy Insurance in partnership with Auto Owners Insurance.
Welcome back, Oriole Nation, to Oriole Field on this first week of the MHSAA high school football season on this August 27th. We are very excited to be here with you, the Oriole Sports Network and 102.7 WMOM, bringing you yet another year of Ludington Oriole football. The Ludington Orioles and the Coopersville Broncos set to kick it off here at Oriole Field. Again, Scoop Hansen, the voice of the Orioles, with you on the play-by-play call, joined by Jamie Sykon doing color commentary. We have Soldier Stowe here as our cameraman, and Nick Wysong as the 102.7 WMOM technical engineer, along with the Oriole Sports Network. Chris Nicholas here from 102.7 WMOM providing some technical support. The Orioles and Broncos last year, Ludington won at Coopersville, and that really started that magical run for the Orioles last year, Jamie. 40-13. Ludington went in at the half, 20-13. A pass was batted down. Coopersville had a receiver wide open in the end zone. J.T. Keith, playing linebacker last year, knocked the pass down. Ludington went in with a 20-13 lead. They ended up steamrolling the Broncos in the second half, winning 40-13. This is the same Coopersville team that ended up the year 5-6 and defeated Big Rapids 38-28 in week 9. And by defeating Big Rapids, that gave Ludington the home playoff game against the Cardinals a week later.
Yeah. That game started off, the Coopersville returned that long touchdown, and it was like, oh, boy. But Ludington settled right in, and like you said, they never looked back in that game.
Yep, Ludington new helmets this year. What do you think of them?
I absolutely love them.
Yeah, they're pretty nice. They're a dark orange And they got the black.
It's the new thing, Stu.
Yeah.
I like it.
The black. Ludington kicking off. We'll get the starting lineups just as soon as we can. Ball is kicked off there by Kelvin Mosier. And goes into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Coopersville will start out 1st and 10 from, are they still at the 20 now? You don't know. They changed the,
Yeah, they're going to be at the 20.
the 20, because in the NFL, you know, they got the 35, they got the 25. You never know these days. But Coopersville 1st and 10 from the 20. And looking at the Coopersville offense here, led by their sophomore quarterback, Champ Kelly. He's the grandson of legendary Coopersville coach Jim Meerman. He will be wearing jersey number 11. Coopersville in white jerseys. They got white pants, white helmets, all trimmed in green. It's green numerals, and they got a green C on their helmet. Again, Ludington in those black jerseys, black pants, trimmed in orange, the orange helmets with the black O on the lid. Coopersville 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line as the 2026 high school football season begins on this August night. And there's a handoff and not much running room right there. Good job by the Oriole defense right there, as the ball looked like it was ran by number 4.
Yeah, Blake Nelson was in on that tackle right there, along with looked like Blake Nelson and Chase Gable.
I think Blake's going to have a huge senior year. Corbin Molman on the carry right there. No gain, 2nd down and 10, so great start there for the Oriole defense.
I'd like to see that the linebackers filled the gap right there, the scoop, and they had nowhere to run the ball.
Absolutely beautiful night here on week 1. There's a pass there, and it's going to be complete. It's going to be a 1st down for Coopersville. They got the pass complete to number 3, and that was Wyatt LaRock on the catch.
That was just a nice route run. It's a nice out route. He had stuck his foot in the ground and made a nice, the ball was in the air before he made his break.